Hello and welcome to the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari, where we have the 2026 Italian Grand Prix at Imola for the first time since 2022. Actually, no, the Italian Grand Prix was last in Imola. Sorry, that was the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The last time actually the Italian Grand Prix was Imola was 1980. And yeah, I don't believe it was this exact layout they used. No, it definitely wasn't. But yeah, of course, for Imola, just like the sprint race yesterday, well, obviously the sprint race yesterday, that was using the 2001 layout. This is now the 1972 layout, the very original layout for Imola, with a flat out Tamburello, flat out Villeneuve, flat out Variante, outer idiot. But yeah, about 2 minutes until the formation lap gets underway, so let's go through your grid to start things off. It's the usual suspects at the back. Drugovich, Albon was a bit of a shock. Doohan, then Ocon. Colapinto down in 18th is absolutely huge. Then it's Sainz, Hadjar, another shocker. Antonelli in 15th. Maloney, Piastri down in 13th. Poor Chair, Verstappen in 11th, your championship leader. But he has got a big enough margin, he won't lose anything just yet, and you never know what happened. Then it's Lawson, Leclerc, Crawford, Gasly, Vesti in 6th in the Cadillac. That is easily their best result, qualifying wise, of the season, of their career, short career in Formula 1. And he got such a good toe. The majority of the circuits flat out only had a huge toe from, I think it was Sonoda in qualifying. Then it's Behrman, Borsletter in 4th, another one who doesn't normally qualify that well but had a huge toe on his qualifying lap. Norris in 3rd, Russell 2nd, and surprise, surprise, your pole sitter is Yuki Tsunoda. Not for the first time this season, and it probably won't be the last either. Anyway, we've got just over a minute until the formation lap gets underway. So, yeah, normally I go through track facts on the formation lap. I probably will still do that. Yeah, got that one there. I'm just having a look. What's the difference between 1988 and 19... I don't think there is any difference. What actually changed in 1980 on this circuit? They lost 20 meters of length. Okay. I don't think that's really much of a change, to be honest. And probably is just Variante Bassa, I reckon, changed a bit, if anything. Anyway, got about 15 seconds until the formation lap gets underway, and we will show you this lap in all its glory. Probably one of the races I've been most excited for this year. It's very similar to the 2023 Italian Grand Prix when we went to Monza on the 10-kilometer layout, including the oval, and a lot of the track, of course, flat out. So yeah, great. Yeah, let's go through your lap then. Flat out through turn 1, of course, just like it always has been. Then turn 2 is also flat out. It's Tamburello. What a corner this is. Completely flat. And then the next corner is actually turn 3, which doesn't really exist. I don't get why turn 3 on this map is straight. Okay. Turn 3 apparently. And this is currently, in this circuit, when it was back then, unnamed. But yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, unnamed, but I'm just gonna call it Villeneuve. That's what it's called. It was always called. And then Tosa turn 5. This corner apparently isn't a corner. This one, this right-hander. But the lead up to Villeneuve is a corner. Anyway, then it's Piratella. Turn 6. I'm actually going through other track facts actually. This layout: 5.018 kilometers, 3.118 miles. It's 12 corners, and the lap record, the 127.7 from actually Helmut Marko in a BRM P167 1972 in a Group 7. And yeah, this is definitely going to be beaten that lap time by about 10 seconds. And yeah, so which series have used this layout is going to be Italian Motorcycle Grand Prix in 1969 and 72 for MotoGP, of course. FIM Endurance World Championship came here in 1966. Anyone else? The World Sports Car Championship came here in 1965, and the Imola 200 was held here in 1972 for the bikes. So, yeah, that is it in terms of series that use this layout. Well, probably others as well, but that's just the major ones I go through. And yeah, they'd also host non-championship F1 races in 1963 for the Imola Grand Prix. Anyway, the formation lap, well, basically a parade lap, is underway. Verstappen, your championship leader, it's second, Yuki Tsunoda on pole. Third place, Oliver Bearman. And then Lando Norris, who's been doing so well recently, but had a torrid Dutch Grand Prix, who got crashed out by Charles Leclerc under safety car. Anyway, the 5 lights will light up, and who will lead into turn 1? You can see the rain dropping down. I forgot to mention it. Rain is scheduled, forecast for today, and it's already started raining. Let's see what happens. They're all on dries, remember. It's lights out and away they go. Who'll get the best launch? I think it's going to be Tsunoda just about, who covers off George Russell into turn 1. And I've got the flat out run through Tamburello. You can see the rain falling. Bortoleto already got past Lando Norris. That's an awful start. An awful start from the 2024 World Champion. Vesti into the wall on through turn 3 and 4. But I think he's able to keep going. Vesti's going to send it down inside. He makes contact with George Russell. Is the track getting wet as they go through Tosa? Down towards Piratella. Russell leads Tsunoda. Vesti in the Cadillacs all up to 3rd. 4th is Bortoleto. Norris has dropped down to 5th. Bearman just behind him in 6th place as they go through turn 6. Down towards Aquaminiali. And Tsunoda has actually got in front of George Russell. I didn't even notice that. I think someone went wide there. That was Lando Norris as they go up the hill towards Variante Alta. Vesti has dropped down to 6th and 7th. They think he's gone off, is he? He's still going, but he has dropped off a little bit. Getting overtaken by Crawford now. I think he had a poor Aquaminiali. They go down the hill towards Brezza. Is that what it's called? Ravazza, sorry, not Brezza, you idiot. That's a call name I made up, I think, yesterday in the sprint race. But anyway, it's still Tsunoda who leads as we start lap 2. Down towards Tamburello, flat out for the first time. Russell in 2nd. Bortoleto 3rd. Can he get his, well, I would say first podium. He got a podium in Argentina, didn't he? In 2nd place. But Bearman chasing him down. You've got Crawford in front of Lando Norris now. Vesti just in behind as well. They're going towards Tosa. Bearman sends it on Russell and Bortoleto. Bearman 2 into 1. Crawford as well trying to get past Bortoleto, who's dropped down a bit. Bearman now on the back of Tsunoda. The Brit hasn't won since the opening round in New Zealand. And I think there might have been a few pit stops on the opening lap, so we'll get replays shortly of anything that happened. And, oh, so there's been an off in the background, I think. There has been a huge off. Lawson off, Porcher off. The rain really falling down now. And there's both of them off at Piratella. That's a huge shame. As they go down towards... Oh, now Norris hasn't got a rear wing. Lando Norris has not got a rear wing, and that is huge. And what has happened to him? That is a huge moment in this championship. And it was already going badly for the 2024 champion. And it's getting even worse. It's Bearman who leads. Russell, Tsunoda. Crawford in 4th place. I've got a safety car. The safety car is out. Hopefully they can manage it better than they did in Maastricht last week. Fingers crossed. But it's Bearman who leads. So the safety car... Are there still people off? Stuck down in Piratella. Let's see. Hadjar's right at the back. Lawson and Porcher are still stuck to each other. What is going on here? Yeah, Lawson. What is going on? I don't get what's going on here. There's Hadjar gets past him. Or them, sorry. And hopefully, I mean, we'll see in the mirrors. Hopefully the safety car doesn't catch up to them. And they can actually sort this out. They're probably both going to go a lap down. Oh, are they behaving? Nope. Now they're in the middle of the track. Okay. This is good. What is going on here? We will get a replay shortly. Come on. Oh, there's a safety car. Oh no, don't go in front of them. Oh, this isn't good. Yeah. And now everyone's stuck behind them. Thankfully, they're able to... Oh, now they're going into the wall. Great. Okay. Put it in reverse. There we go. And finally, they're not stuck to each other. Hallelujah. Well, they're both a lap down. Lawson hasn't got a front or a rear wing. Portier, I don't think has a front wing. Absolute mess. And I think they're going to overtake everyone. Okay. Oh, does someone hit there? Oh, the tyre off! There's been an off. Oh, Portier's not out of the race. Okay. Oh, unbelievable. Portier's drove into the back. I think that's Franco Colapinto. Or Ocon. One of the two. But yeah, Teo Portier's now out of the race. There's Lando Norris right at the back. And Hadjar. What happened? Who did he hit then? Was it Colapinto or Ocon? Because neither of them had a rear wing. It was Colapinto. Oh, what is he doing? I mean, just R factor. Anyway, what actually caused that safety car then? Lando Norris didn't have a rear wing. Why is that? Who hit him? Oh, no, that's too far back now. Okay, come on. Bro, what? Let's just fast forward it. Wasting time it. So who was it the rear ended? Was it Fred Vesti? That is the one just behind him. Let's go on board with the Dane. Let's see. And... yeah, completely outbroke himself. Ended up spinning himself around. And then collected by Lawson. And yeah, that's why the safety car came out. Let's go off board to see if anyone else was involved in that. Probably could get a good angle of who was caught up. And oh, big hit from Lawson there. Sainz, Leclerc, Antonelli, Ocon. And how did Ocon lose a rear wing then? Because he didn't have one. So what did happen? Oh, there's another off, was there? What happened there? Oh, it's Vesti and Sainz. What on earth? Vesti getting at it today. Vesti came in. Oh, I don't know. Let's just... Did anyone have to pit Hadjar? What happened to him on the opening lap? Was he on the opening lap, or was he... Look how much darker he's got already on this opening lap, by the way. Did he go into the back of anyone? Not yet. Out come Minerali. No, he's still got a front wing. Ravazza, maybe? I don't know. Oh, he didn't have a rear wing, he got rear-ended. So Drogovic, Maloney, Albon, Hadjar, and Doohan all in on that opening lap. Anyway, I need to fast forward a little bit, because... Okay, no, safety car is still out. Behrman leads, lights are still on, so it'll be at least another lap. But we are like a minute behind, so... Yeah, safety car will be in this lap then. Okay. Just make sure everyone is all okay. How's everyone? Norris is there, yeah, okay. Norris down is 16th, we'll restart there. Gonna fast forward a little bit. Then we are good to go. So, bit of a messy start. And that is under investigation, by the way, between Vesti and Norris, of course, for causing all of that. And I'd expect probably like a 10-second, to be honest. My best guess. Anyway, the rain is still falling. The track is still not wet enough to get off these dries. Some are on mediums, some are on hards. I think most of the front runners are on mediums. Vesti down to 11th. I mean, that probably just fall down. He got lucky in qualifying with the toe. I don't think I mean, he was really slow yesterday, but there was engine issues, which is why he was so far back. And obviously crashed at Ravazza with Jack Crawford early on. Anyway, safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Behrman will lead George Russell, will lead Yuki Tsunoda. Thankfully, a much quicker safety car than last week. Not half an hour. A bit more than that, actually. Anyway, quick hydration break, and then we can get going. See how they get on. As the wipers are on the safety car, doesn't really mean anything just yet. Let's see. Behrman will lead them away. Russell, Tsunoda, Crawford, Bortoleto, your top 5. Championship leader, Verstappen in 8th. And it's green, green, green. We are back going. Assuming no moves in Tamburello. Russell will try and send it. Surely not. No, he thinks better of it. I think that's a much smarter choice to not go for the move there. What about into Villeneuve? He's right behind him. He's got a huge toe. Huge slipstream. And Russell takes the lead. Gasly and Tsunoda. Gasly was sick from the restart. He almost got up to 3rd. Brilliant restart from the Frenchman. If they go up the hill towards Barella, as Piastri sent it on Crawford and almost Gasly as well. Behrman's down to 3rd. It's Russell and Tsunoda again racing it for the lead. Antonelli in 7th place. There's a bit of a gap there further back. Vessi dropped even further down to 15th place. Sainz hasn't got a front wing. So, oh, there's another front wing off there in the background, I think. Who was that? As they go down to Ravazza. Oh no, Bortoleto hasn't got a rear wing either. That's a huge shame. No rear wing for Bortoleto. We started so well. And has Norris not got a front wing again? I don't think he has. Oh no, other crash in the pit entrance. And that's Lando Norris. And I think that might be him. There's a tyre bouncing off. How on earth they got that far? Tyre almost made it to Tamburello. But I think Norris is out of this race. He is. And so is Zane Maloney. Lawson's still going a lap down. What? I think someone wanted to come in and someone didn't. And it's taken them both out. And that is huge. And that could be Norris's championship charge over. The gap is just too big. The man that dominated the first half. Yeah, Maloney didn't want to come in. Norris did. And it's a pit manoeuvre pretty much. But that's what happened in our factor. Anyway, let's fast forward a bit. Let's see what happened in Tosa. And then lunge. Nope, no lunge. And I've gone too far. Whoops. Anyway. Let's just go back to there. Oh no, now I've gone way too far back. There we go. That'll do. We're live now. It's Russell versus Tsunoda. Russell still unable to get past the Red Bull. The man, of course, started on pole. 62 laps this race, by the way. Probably should have mentioned that, but oh well. And yeah. Tsunoda leading for now. The rain's still falling, but still no one opting to go onto the wets, I don't think. Let's have a look. No. No one on wets. 10-second time penalty for Fred Vesti for causing a collision. That'll be on the opening lap. And Vesti got up to 10th. I think people did pit. That's probably why. But yeah, he went onto the super softs. That's probably why he is flying so much. In a circuit you need a lot of grip on. I think they could do quite well on these tyres. He's got to make them last until the inters are ready. I don't know. Will he be able to hold on? They're not the most long-lasting tyre. It's here we go, battle for the lead. Russell versus Sonoda. Piastri's trying to make it 3 wide. One of them's going to have to back out into Tamburello, because that will not end well. Still 3 wide. Surely someone has to back. Has to back out. No, they're pretty much 3 wide still. Now they're going to be almost... Oh, they're not going to be able to be 4 wide. The track isn't wide enough. Piastri somewhat backs out. He'll have the inside low through Villeneuve. Tosa, Russell will have the inside. And Russell gets on the curb. And that will slow him down. And that will be Sonoda from Piastri, from Russell. Now Piastri's going to try and make a move for the lead. Hasn't won yet this year. Has the Aussie. And Gasly now gets past George Russell. And Piastri gets on the grass. And I think that will help Sonoda. A little sneezing fit. There's Gasly down the inside on Piastri. He tries it. It's not going to work out. And now Russell side by side with the Frenchman in the Alpine. Crawford watching on behind. Can he have another good result? He's had a decent run of form recently. Has the American in the Aston. And ooh, Gasly, sorry, a big wobble on the grass. But it's going to help him actually. He's going to get Sonoda, I think. Yes, he does. And now Russell watching on as well. And let's see now into Tosa. Piastri, Gasly, Sonoda. Don't see anyone else really making a move just yet. But no, Russell immediately. Oh, Gasly round the outside. And now Gasly takes the lead. When was the last time? Oh, yeah, it was Argentina he last won. Last one. Oh, Vesti on the grass there a bit. In the background. He is kind of flying. Oh, as Albon does get past him. You can see at the top there. Battle for the lead is going well. 5 cars. Sonoda now down the inside. He gets past Piastri. Of course, the sole remaining McLaren. Verstappen and Leclerc fighting each other just behind. I think that's Charles Leclerc. No, probably it's Behrman actually. It'll be Behrman in the other Ferrari. Leclerc's just behind, I think. And now into Ravazza. Yeah, it is Behrman. Piastri versus Russell. Russell swoops round the outside. And Russell now side by side of Gasly for the lead into Tamburello. No, but they're going to be 3 wide again. Surely not. No, Russell has to back out. Oh, no, they might. No, they're not going to be 3 wide. But it's going to be Gasly in front. Russell and Piastri side by side for second. Sonoda watching on right behind. I'd say in case anything happens. Might be even too close in case anything happens. But it is Piastri who leads Gasly. The rain hasn't. It's not even getting that heavier. It's just a light drizzle. It's just staying like that. And maybe it is getting a little heavier. But if you look at the radar, it does look like it's meant to get a little heavier. So we'll have to see what happens there. Oh, there's a lunge from Russell. But he gets on the curb though. And that's going to slow him down massively. Now Verstappen's in this battle. Behrman watching on behind as well. And Leclerc, Albon, Hadjar. And it's Drogovic and Fred Vesti. So Vesti on the super softs. He's actually dropped behind his teammate. And I'm just looking on the radio. It looks like he was trying to work with Drogovic to try and just keep Drogovic in the pack. And it just didn't end up working at all. And end up being Drogovic now in front of Vesti. Anyway, battle for the lead. And Crawford's up to second. I mean, it's good pack racing this, but that is a big surprise in the Aston. Oh, lap 12 already. It only took 20 minutes. This was meant to be one of the quicker races of the season, but I think with the rain coming down, it might make it a little bit longer. There's Sonoda down inside now on Piastri. He gets the move done, but they're still side by side. Into Acromondiali and Sonoda. No, it's not. It's going to be Piastri. They're still side by side. And they remain not side by side as they go up towards Variante Alte. Am I saying that right? Or probably not. I don't know. I know it's out, whatever. Just Yeah, Ratzer side by side. Piastri down the inside, and Piastri will take the lead, but it'll go a bit very wide. And there's a Porsche tires on the outside. That's nice, but very wide from Piastri. And that will invite Verstappen and go side by side. I'm gonna go for a break for a quick lap, and I'll see you at the end of it. Hello and welcome back to Imola. Apologies, I know I said it'd be one lap and I was like 3 or 4. I was trying to do some food. Anyway, are we going to see some pit stops? I think we are, because Tsunoda just came in and so did Verstappen. The two Red Bulls double stacking. Where have they gone? I'm assuming this is going to be in for intermediates, because why would they put dryers on? Let's see, yep, Inters for the two Red Bulls. Hadjar in as well. Lawson in as well. And I've been told the Vesti pitted a few laps before for Inters. So maybe a bold strategy push for the Dane to try and pit a little bit earlier. We'll see what happens though. Anyway, these front runners, Tsunoda, Piastri, Russell, Behrman, Gasly, Leclerc, Crawford, all choosing to stay out a bit longer. I think only 4 people pitted, and it was the two Red Bulls and V-Carbs that came in. Let's see what these decide to do. The rain looks like it has got a bit heavier, so we'll have to see what happens. You can see the spray coming up now. Touch a little bit. Yeah, it's a huge spray. So surely they come in. Yep, they both do. Both peeling. Behrman in as well. I'd be surprised if anyone does stay out, to be honest. Oh, Bortlet is having issues coming out. That's a shame. And let's see, does anyone decide to stay out a lap longer? Surely not. I think it's got to be Wets now. Oh, Inters now. No, Leclerc stays out. Antonelli stays out. And it looks like it's just those two. Everyone else has come in to put on the Inters, apart from the two in front. And Tsunoda and Verstappen, by pitting a lap earlier, have absolutely shot in front. Lawson as well, just in front. Where's Hadjar gone? How was he always that far back? Maybe he was. I thought he would have been done quite well from pitting a lap earlier. So I'm surprised at that. He moves in front of someone. I'm not too sure who that was. But Leclerc and Antonelli, what are they doing? They can be overtaken by Tsunoda and Verstappen in a minute. Especially Kimi. And where's Vesti? He pitted a lap earlier. He's... yeah, I don't think it's really done that well for him. He's got Gasly and Crawford. He sends it. He's almost round. Crawford's into the wall almost. And Albon's into the wall. And are we going to see another safety car? I think if Vesti can just get it out of the way, we should just about be fine. But that was just a move that was never going to work. Anyway, in comes Leclerc. And in comes Antonelli just behind. And here's Yuki Tsunoda to shoot past them. Big mistake from those two, leaving it 2 laps too late, I think. But it's a Red Bull 1-2 now. And who is it in third? It is going to be George Russell, who isn't that far behind Verstappen, actually. But Tsunoda has got the gap. And the rain is definitely getting heavier now. The track's getting wetter. Definitely the right move. Will they have to go into full wets? We will have to find out. On lap 20 of 62. Already a third of the way through the race. And yeah. Very interesting to see how this will go. Probably, I feel like he'll catch up. George Russell. Anyway, let's go through some stuff. From what's on the rest of today. And we got, of course, GT World Challenge Endurance Championship at the Nürburgring. Verstappen's got into the lead. At the Nürburgring, it started the exact same time as we did. They're half an hour into their 3-hour race. The last few stages of the WRC Rally del Paraguay on today as well, this evening. And McLaren Trophy America, they've got their second race of the weekend at Road America. Indy Next have their only race of the weekend at the Milwaukee Mile, just after we finish. And what else? I think BSB might be on. They've got a third race soon. GT America, their second race of the weekend on just after Indy Next. And we've got the Tory to do Racing North America for their second race of the weekend at Road America as well. IndyCar have the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250, their second race of the weekend. And then lastly, it's the GT World Challenge race at Road America. To end things off is Russell now going to get past Snowder as well. So Snowder dropping off a little bit. Anyways, I think I will go for another break. I know I only just went on one and it was quite long, but reasons. So yeah, see you soon. And the reason is I'm hungry. This is why you eat lunch at 12 when you're commentating at 2. Anti-silly. Hello and welcome back to Imola. Where's my sound gone? There we go. And it's Tsunoda who leads from Verstappen and Russell. So, yeah. Let's see how it goes. Antonelli and Piastri is now caught up as Antonelli's going to come into the pits. And what would that be for? He was one of the latest to actually come in. I'm actually surprised the ones that we thought would be worst off after pitting. Is it another set? No, it's full wets for Antonelli. Full wets. Is it getting that wet? It must be. Yeah, Vesti also on the full wets. Doohan on the full wets. So maybe it is time for the fools. Colapinto in. Crawford in as well. Behrman's already on full wets. And I'm assuming we might see a few of these come in then for fools. It is very wet. Of course, we're not. It's not like we're not used to seeing rain in Imola. 2020 was wet. 21 was wet. Was 22 wet? I can't remember. Yeah, it was quite often a wet race here. And oh, a bobble there from Piastri. Send it down inside on Russell. Massa on PKS gets Singapore. Is Russell not getting past Piastri as well for the second part of Ravazza? Side by side. To start lap 26. Tsunoda in now and Verstappen. So the Red Bulls are double stacking again. And these two will stay out on the inters at least one lap longer. And Behrman will be way in front of all of them. And Antonelli. Albon's a lap down. I'm being told that Albon's a lap down because of an incident with Fred Vesti. So let's find Fred. Here he is. Oh, Crawford's round. Under braking. No, hang on. Jack Crawford. It's a dive bomb. And just under braking. Loses it on the inters. And I think it is time for extreme wets now. Definitely. Anyway, what happened between Vesti and Albon? Might be better to find Albon actually. As he's in the... Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. Was that a pile-up? At Aqua Minerale? It was. What happened between Hadjar and Gasly is Vesti actually spun it round under brake because of that. A lot of replays having to watch. Gasly on... Nah, he can't have been on super softs. Surely not. He's went to the back of Crawford. Spun the car. And tries to reverse. Gets that with his teammate. And Doohan. And then what happens? Tries to... and then Hadjar loses the car into him. Anyway. Albon obviously had some sort of issue. And he hasn't got a rear wing. So what happened between them? He was on inters. Downhill, flat out, and he's just gone into him. A huge accident between Vesti and Albon. That was a big one. It looked to me like Vesti just ran right into the back of him. Let's go on board. He's right in the back of him. Oh, it looks like Albon had slammed on the brakes there. Maybe he lost the car, I don't know. It's a big off. Let's see. This should be flat out, by the way, this corner. And he does brake, yeah. Maybe just... No. I think that's more of a 6 of one, half dozen of the other there between those two. Anyway. Let's go back live. Well, a little bit too far in front. And almost there. There we go. Back live now. It's Antonelli who leads Behrman. And I was about to say, let's keep watching. Hang on. Is Behrman... Oh, no. Okay, I was going to say, I'm sure Behrman was on full wets. But it's just bugging out. Because, of course, it is. But Albon holding these two up. Of course, no blue flags anymore. And holding up Verstappen. Massive amount. The two former teammates at Red Bull. And Albon was there for a year and a half before getting the boot. And getting a big mountain away. And then Snowder as well. I think going to be overtaken soon. And Albon is just getting in this battle for second. Massive amount. And they were not like this. Now I think he's at the back finally. So here we go. Nope. He's trying to get back past Tsunoda, it looks like. But Behrman and Verstappen fighting it out. Antonelli way in front of all of them. By a long way. Verstappen ends up in second. Is that someone else now in the background? I thought, yeah, George Russell almost there. Continue from him shortly. They've almost caught up to Antonelli now. Almost caught up to the race leader. Let's see. Will we get a change of lead? Verstappen and Ravazza. And he does get it done. And it's Verstappen who now leads this Italian Grand Prix. From Kimi Antonelli. But Snowder right on the back of him. Behrman comes in. He was the first one to come into on extreme wets. I don't think it's drying up at all. So is he just going to come in for another set of fulls? Let's see. Well, surely he's not already on inters. I wouldn't say it's got any drier. And no, another set of fulls for Oliver Behrman. And Albon, I think, as well, that was... Yeah, it was Albon. Behrman comes out just behind Drogovic. How is Fred Vesti doing? He's sending a dive bomb down... Oh, it's not really a dive bomb. A move down inside through Tamburello. He has to back out, though. What about Villeneuve? No, he backs out. Maybe I'm going to move through Tosa. No, too far back now. Vesti, interesting to watch. We thought he'd be out of it at the start of that bomb, but he isn't. I mean, he's behind his teammate, but he hasn't actually been doing that badly. As Russell's got past Antonelli now as well. So Antonelli from first to fourth, despite pitting first. Out of these, onto the full wets. And let's see. Are we going to see pit stops? We saw Behrman come in. And yeah, as I thought, Antonelli in. Just like we had when they originally came onto wets. It's the exact same amount of laps they've been on these tyres. Antonelli, maybe we'll see these three come in then at the end of this lap. Or at least the two Red Bulls. And where does Antonelli come out? Behind or in front of Behrman? And it is way in front of Behrman. Comes out in fifth. We've got Leclerc between them as well with the other Ferrari. George Russell, who leads, hasn't won. When was the last time Russell won? Let's have a look. I think it was Canada at Mont Tremblant. Let's see. George Russell. Yeah, Canada. Oh no, Czechia, sorry, Most. Of course, he won that one. So 2 wins so far this year. Trying to get a third. And if he does win this could push him into championship contention. I know his two championship rivals are second and third, but you never know. As we do reach the halfway point now, we're on lap 31. Anyway, Piastri now, no, well, yeah, because the two Red Bulls pitted, didn't they, of course. So Antonelli came out in front of Tsunoda by a long way. Tsunoda came out just in front of Behrman, and then Verstappen not far behind, with Fred Vesti almost round, saved it just about. His teammate will get in front of him, not for long though. Oh no, this is Leclerc also getting in front. And Alex Albon again, these two already come together once. And, oh, what's happened to Drogovic? What on earth happened there? Quick rewind. Oh, Vesti centres. They both got past Drogovic, and then, oof. Yeah, okay, that was close. Anyway, go back live, and go back to the front runners, so I'm guessing are pitting. Yeah, Russell came in and Piastri comes in as well. So Antonelli will have a huge lead. Russell comes out still in second place. Tsunoda a long way back in third. So really it's a Mercedes 1-2 in a battle for third between the two Red Bulls. The two closest of the pair. Sunderland versus AC Milan is a fixture. A European fixture. Wow, and Bournemouth. Anyway, second half of this race now. Well underway. It does look like, I know it's very wet at the moment. The track is completely soaked. And of all the circuits for that to happen, one where there's only 3 braking zones probably isn't the best, because you could just slide off and have a huge accident somewhere. Anyway, as Crawford comes out of the pit, such a shame to see him all the way down there. A lap down after the initial start that he had. He was up there. The issues unfortunately brought him down, now being a lap down. But are the Mercedes getting any closer to it? Shame we haven't got a track map. That is a shame. But Antonelli leads. He's going towards Ravazza. George Russell not too far behind. And then, so the gaps aren't massive. They're not small, but they're not massive. And then where is Charles Leclerc? There's a little bit further back. I mean, we've got big messed up grid. Vesti 8th, Doohan 9th, Drogovic 10th. I'm assuming it won't end up like that, but they're not doing that badly, are they? Anyway, through to some great camera angles. We've got the helicopter out in this weather. Surprised they're allowing that, to be honest. But, I mean, to be fair, if this helicopter can fly, that would mean the medical helicopter would have to fly. And if that can't fly, they'll have to red flag the race, because it's too wet. I don't think it's that wet. It's just raining. Like, helicopters can fly in rain. It's not like it's a typhoon. Or a major storm or anything. Anyway, not really many overtakes now. They're kind of spread out a bit. Snow just shooting off into the distance. Much quicker than the championship leader at the moment. Verstappen, of course, trying to get his third world championship. And his first since the rebrand. And it will be the fourth different world champion in 4 years since the rebrand as well. Nice that we've got a different champion every year. After the 5 in a row that Hamilton got, that was a bit boring, wasn't it? I don't know, was it 5? 7? No, it was 4 in a row. Yeah. It was 17, 8, yeah, 4 in a row. Okay, they got beaten in 2016 in equal machinery. Anyway. Yeah, Verstappen really did. You have to be very easy on the throttle through Toast not to spin the car around. Leclerc in 5th, he's almost going to catch up to Verstappen. I'm surprised the lap time, I mean, I guess. No. Closing on lap 40, we'll be there in a few laps. Not long at all. There's not really much going on. I kind of wish I had the break now and not earlier, but oh well. Oh, people pitting. What's going on? I think someone might have pitted. Is it Doohan? Yeah, Doohan in. If I'm guessing another set of fools. Yeah. Still not dry enough for the Inters. I think people might have pitted. Yeah, people at the front pit as well. Antonelli came in. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, Antonelli's in from the lead. Because Vesti's up to 4th. He's got Piastri just behind. I'm guessing these, yeah, Behrman, Leclerc must have all pitted. Russell, will he come in this lap? Nope, he stays out, but Snowder in. And Verstappen in as well. He's a long way. Actually, no, he's not. Never mind. Yeah, Verstappen in as well. Vesti will stay out. Piastri stays out. Antonelli obviously stays out. So it's Russell, and then Fred Vesti. They've both got their own back marker to play with. Yeah, are they... Oh, did Russell come in? No, Vesti went off. Vesti's gone off somewhere. Oh no, he's dropped down to 4th. What happened to Fred? At Tosa. Oh no. I mean, you would have seen that. I'm just not really concentrating. But yeah, big shame for Vesti. And went a bit wide for Aquaminurali as well. Oh, he's off again. Through with Atsa. Oh, big gobble, hard to hit into the wall. Very lucky not to play bowling there. Able to keep it out the other wall. Let's catch back up then and see who's leading. Russell came in and out in 3rd. So it's Antonelli in front there. Bit of a gap to Sonoda. The back mark is playing a role. Sonoda now trying to get past Jack Crawford. Is he going to get the move done? He does. And now it's a straight fight towards Sonoda. So Sonoda back in front now. Sorry about not really calling the move for the lead. Yeah. Anyway, Sonoda in front. Antonelli second, Russell in third, Verstappen fourth, Leclerc fifth, Vesey still going strong in sixth. He's got Leclerc just in front of him. I mean, we have a little battle here for fourth. Vesey and the Cadillac somehow able to hold on. We're going to send it down inside there through Aqua Minerale. Things better of it though, we've got the better launch, the much better exit towards Variante Alta. And we're finally 2/3 distance. And Vesti up into fifth. That's a great move on the Ferrari. I thought he was going to slide out there and for a second, drifting through Ravazza. A much different Ravazza to what we're used to. A bit more of a hairpin back then than it is now. But Vesti now is chasing down Verstappen. Has he... Yeah, Russell just in front. Still absolutely sodden. I mean, I really don't see this drying up in 20 laps. I think it'll be 4 laps to the end. The rain definitely is calming down a little bit. It's Vesti already in front of George Russell. Verstappen got past the Dutchman as well. Antonelli as well. Ooh, and Russell almost slid out there. I think he did actually. Russell very close to spinning there. And Leclerc will get past him. Oh, hang on. Side by side. Vesti, Verstappen and Antonelli. He's going to get both of them, I think. And he does. Fred Vesti is absolutely flying at the moment. They go down towards Ravazza. For the 42nd time, Antonelli a big wobble on the entrance. And that's going to push Verstappen out wide. And that's going to hugely help out Fred Vesti and allow him to chase down Yuki Tsunoda, your race leader. And Fred Vesti in a Cadillac. No one expected this. Absolutely no one. And Fred Vesti has just under 20 laps to hold on. And if he can hold on, he's got the fastest lap of this race, by the way. That was from when he went on to super softs. Just before the rain came in. Everyone else on hards and mediums. Ooh, almost into the back of Tsunoda there. Vesti's going to fight for the lead. A Cadillac in the pouring rain on the exit of Aqua Minerale leads the Italian Grand Prix. Can they get their first win in their first season? Tsunoda will try and fight back though. Has the Rebel got enough? He'll send it down the inside through Ravazza, but he has to back out of it. And Vesti leads the Italian Grand Prix. He's got 1 win in his career. It was so almost 2. His first win. He got pole in Laguna Seca back when he drove for Mercedes. But unfortunately, just whatever happened that day, he was unable to translate that to a race win. Him and his teammate fighting Lance Stroll took it in the end, the old Aston Martin driver, who we lost last year to free agency. Don't know why I made that sound like he died. Thankfully he hasn't. Yeah. Then he won last year in Bahrain, back at Mercedes. Of course, he was Williams the whole season. Antonelli had a huge accident in practice for the sprint race. Still ended up racing the sprint. But then it turned out that he had a concussion, that symptoms had worsened during the sprint. He had to miss out on the Grand Prix. Vesti and the Williams replaced him back to his former team, and he won that race. And a great drive it was. then returned to Williams, and then decided to join Cadillac, the team he raced for a few times in WEC, the World Endurance Championship. Wait, no, sorry, he raced for in WEC. Not WEC, IMSA, sorry, what am I on about? The team raced for in IMSA, I'm getting confused with Drugovich. Oh, Vesti's in. Yeah, Vesti comes in, so does George Russell. Is it time for Inters? I wouldn't say so. I think it's still wet. But let's see. Oh, it's a slow stop. Oh, he's serving the penalty. He's finally serving that 10-second penalty for the start of the race. So he'll come out, I think, behind... Oh, Piastri's jumped both of them. He's still in front of George Russell. Russell's had a poor pit stop. Piastri served a penalty. Vesti comes out in 5th. Piastri has had a massive jump. He's just in front of Tsunoda, just behind Antonelli. And is that the net race lead for Oscar Piastri? We'll have to see what happens. They're still on wets though, so it's still not time for Inters. Yeah, Vesti, 40 laps later, since he got the penalty, finally served it. Of course, you don't have to serve it straight away now in your next pit stop. You can serve it whenever you want. That was a new rule. And a battle for second. Piastri gets in front. Vesti watching on just behind. Antonelli will try something. Tsunoda will want to try something. Leclerc leads. He'll come into the pit surely this lap. Oh, Antonelli, huge wobble. I think he got on the grass a bit there. Great save. He gets pushed out wide. Vesti almost goes wide. Vesti's round. Vesti round. That's a huge shame in the Cadillac. And Russell will get in front of him. Verstappen will get in front of him. And he finally gets back going. That is a huge shame for Fred Vesti. He was doing so well. You can see them have their moments in front. And I think he just got distracted. Gets from the grass. Loops the car around. And that is such a shame. And then he has to wait for a gap. And you just got to pause it a second. And almost there. And there we go, we're back live. Vesti down in 7th place. And I'm Leclerc's still out. He didn't come into the pits that lap. Neither did anyone else. And are they going to pit actually? We'll have to see what Leclerc does. He's got a huge gap. Surely he's off strategy. You'd think anyway. It's not the longest of pit stops. The pit lane, sorry, this one. Definitely one of the shortest on the calendar. Actually, speaking of gaps, Piastri's only there. It's not that big of a gap. And yeah, Leclerc stays out. So Leclerc leads from Piastri. Leclerc, he's had a horrid season so far, yet to win. It's not been his year for the 2023 World Champion. His best result currently is a 2nd place at the Turkish Grand Prix. Can he hold on? We've got about 15 laps left, just over. And will Charles Leclerc hold on? Will it be Piastri on the Frusher wets? Or will the weather throw one last curveball? I think it has actually stopped raining, you know. Yeah, it has stopped. Oh, no, it's still raining a little bit. But it is a lot lighter than it was earlier. So maybe the track is drying. But Piastri now right in the back of Leclerc. He'll send it down the inside of Ravazza. And Piastri back in front. Another driver who's had a horrid season. Yet to win. Antonelli wide on the back of the Ferrari. The Tifosi want a Ferrari win. And the other Ferrari, Oliver Behrman, is down in 8th place. Still no one comes in. So there as you were. But Antonelli, the Italian driver, will try and get past the Italian team. I wonder who do the Italians root for? Surely the Tifosi. I don't think they'd mind an Italian in Antonelli. I don't know. The Ferrari fans, would they want a Mercedes winning? Not very often you get an Italian in Formula 1 right at the top. I'm trying to think of big names from Italy. Farina. Nino Farina. Giuseppe Farina. Oh, Russell's actually got past his teammate. And Snowder as well. Has Anthony got a problem? He was looking like he was going to get past Leclerc. And now Antonelli's dropping off. Now it's Verstappen just in front of him. Surely he hasn't got a problem. Verstappen will get past the variant. Oh, so no, he won't. Ravazza, surely they are dropping off a huge amount. These lot, though, going through Ravazza now. Leclerc all over the back of Piastri. He'll go round the outside, and Leclerc retakes the lead. They bang wheels. Piastri will barge his way through. They're going to be side by side. Piastri or Leclerc. As they go through to start the next lap, Leclerc's in. I had a feeling that might happen. Leclerc comes in. Anyone else in? Antonelli as well. He only just pitted. I thought he might have an issue. Is it time for inters yet? Or are they still on wets? Let's see. Leclerc's on inters. It is drying. And Antonelli as well, surely. Let's see. It's still very wet. No, full wets for Antonelli. So it must be borderline. But it's Tsunoda now who leads. He's got in front of Piastri. Russell and Verstappen watching on just behind. Fred Vesely not too far behind in 5th. In the Cadillac that was flying earlier on. But Tsunoda, as it stands, leads. Verstappen and Russell fighting just behind. We've had one on inters in Leclerc, one on wets in Antonelli. Leclerc still in front of Antonelli, but he did come out in front. It'll be interesting to see how they do compared to each other. Piastri all over the back of Tsunoda. He'll try and make a move. Will we see pit stops for Inters this lap? Let's see. They go towards the pit lane. And Tsunoda, a very late call to come in there. It almost took Piastri out. That was very close to a horrible accident. Not just for this race, but for the championship. And I think Verstappen comes in as well. The two Red Bulls double stack again. Of course, IndyCar style pit stops now. Verstappen on Inters. Tsunoda, a long stop for the Japanese driver. Has been jumped by his teammate. What's happening with Red Bull? And Tsunoda has had a horrible pit stop. Vesti's racing Russell. Both still on full wets. Leclerc in 4th. Both in front of Antonelli, who's still on wets. Surely Antonelli's thrown this away by going on wets. Vesti's going to get past Russell through Paratella. But they're still side by side towards Acromigliale. But Vesti holds on for now. As Verstappen gets past Leclerc, surely Piastri comes in now. Just over 10 laps to go. The lap times have been dropping. 1:24 now for Vesti. Last lap. He was doing 1:27s earlier on when it was at its wettest. And Vesti has already caught right up to the back of Piastri, who will come in. Vesti stays out. Russell comes in. Definitely enters time now. Vesti stays out though. I mean, in a Cadillac, you might as well throw a Hail Mary and see what happens. Is that what they're going to do? And let's see how they're doing. Russell, the Verstappen in 2nd. Russell in 3rd. No, Leclerc in 3rd. Russell in 4th. Piastri in 5th. Antonelli, who's still on the full wets, comes out just ahead of Piastri, sorry. Tsunoda as well, after a horrid pit stop. down in 7th, and it's Gasly. These lot are just miles behind everyone else. Still on wets, actually. And Gasly comes in, so Colapinto stays out. I think he's still on wets. Let's just forget about them, because they're nowhere near any of this. It's Vesti with a huge gap on Verstappen, I think. Let's see, yeah, Vesti's there. Yeah, that's a huge gap. Big gap. He just has to hold on. And this Hail Mary might just work out as Piastri gets past Antonelli. And Tsunoda probably will soon as well. And now it's about for second. Verstappen, Russell, Leclerc. Let's see what will happen. Quick drink before this race gets into its finale. My throat's already hurting. Oh, Russell wide onto the grass. It doesn't quite spin around. They're able to hold it. And he's got the run, he's got the slipstream on Verstappen. Let's see. Still wet on the line, which is why his inters are not dry, even though the rain has definitely stopped now for the first time since, I guess, the formation app started, because it started just as we got underway for that lap. And Russell down the inside. Russell, great move that through Villeneuve. And Russell up to second now through Tosa. And he will chase down Fred Vesti, a huge gap. Russell at Tosa, or at Paratella now. Fred Vesti, just in front of Jack Doohan, on the run towards... Oh, Doohan hasn't got a front wing. On the run towards Ravazza, through Variante Alta. Leclerc has dropped off a little bit behind Verstappen. Piastri got Tsunoda just behind. Antonelli there as well, but surely he comes in and puts on some wet. So where's Behrman? He's in 8th place on Inter still. It's Hadjar gets past Drogovic. They're fighting actually. Drogovic, could he get some points? But he's on wets. Okay, so he might have to pit soon. Yeah, where's Behrman compared to Antonelli? Yeah, it's a big gap. Unfortunately, Behrman had a great comeback in the sprint race yesterday after starting 20th and ending up 2nd. It's not going to happen today. Antonelli still stays out. He's trying a Hail Mary. Maybe... I don't see it. I don't get why he's done that big mistake to go back onto wets when everyone else came onto inters. Huge, huge shame. This is the only real battle, I guess. It's Piastri and Tsunoda fighting, with Antonelli watching on behind. And Tsunoda watching on behind. Is Tsunoda going to have the run down to Ravazza? He got it through Alta. And let's see, will he send it? Pretty much dry now on the line. A little bit of spray. Maybe he's into the... We'll pick up a little bit more water. And then... I think we'll be good to go. Maybe... I don't see it. I don't see dries happening. Doesn't really seem that viable. Antonelli in. The wets is definitely too much now. Does he throw a Hail Mary onto the dries? Let's see what he does. Or did he go into inters? No, he's inters. Oh, I don't... If he could have played the risk there. But that's Antonelli out of it. But he's still 7th. Because Behrman was that far back. But Vesti... He's got Bortoleto right behind him. George Russell, where is he? Piratella, Vesti, Aqua Minerale. The gap's closing. Verstappen, Russell is the only one I think that will catch him and win this race. Look, Piastri right in the back of Leclerc now. It's about for 4th, the only real battle we've got at the moment. To go through Minerale for the 54th time. And now Piastri all over the back of Charles Leclerc. Tsunoda will try something, no, into Ravazza. 3 wide almost. It's Leclerc who leads. Someone will make a move. Piastri gets past Leclerc. That's a huge barge. And Snowed around the outside as well. Through Vatsa, but he goes wide, but he'll hold it on. He'll hold on to it. And it's Piastri, Snowden, Leclerc, 4th, 5th and 6th. And is Leclerc slow to come in? No, he's not. I thought he might have chose to maybe go on to dries. But Vesti's still on wets. And actually fighting Ocon in the Haas. Ocon gets in front though. And where is George Russell? Going through Tosa. It's Lesnar straight now. They are so close. They're still fighting here between Snowder and Piastri through Tosa. They're side by side on the run towards Piratella. And Piastri will send it. And Piastri will get the move done. Let's look at the enters now. They just look like they've already lost their tread. I think if they're on the racing line, surely you want to be going on the line. And I'm being told that's actually what Vesti is doing. He's not really on the racing line much. He's just holding on to the, yeah, there's no spray now. I think it could be very close to dry tyres. But let's see. Are we going to move into Ravazza? Vesti still on the wets. Russell close behind. Snowder in front. Leclerc getting past Piastri. They're side by side through Ravazza and he does get the move done. And let's see down into Tamburello side by side. It's bone dry now. It's, yeah, well, conditions wise, bone dry. Track though, still wet. Ooh, a little bit of a twitch there from Leclerc on the exit of Tosa. But Snowder will shoot off into the distance. You want to be running off the racing line in these conditions. There's no spray whatsoever. Surely someone maybe throws a Hail Mary on the dries. I mean, Vestiaire, you can see him all over the wet patches. But Russell is just behind him. There's a back marker just behind. And let's see what Vesti does. Russell all over the back of Bortoletto. And Vesti stays out another lap. He won't pit this race. Unless people behind him pit onto dries, he will not pit this race. And I guarantee you, unless he's already thrown one Hail Mary staying on these 4 wets, he had the gap, he had the lead. There's no point in sacrificing track position if you think you can still hold on to it. And he goes through Tosa. Russell, the next car now. There's no back markers between them. As nearly all by himself. Leclerc versus Piastri still going on. Let's have a little bit of tread. You can see the spray offline. Which is why Leclerc now might have the better line. But now Piastri with the spray on the wet part of the track. You just don't want to overheat the tyres. They banged it a little bit. A little bit of bump in there. Bump and running. Rubbing is racing though. And Piastri, we'll have it round the outside. Snow just shot off now, so it's just a battle for fifth. But how is this battle for? There you go, and he's right behind him. I think, unless Vesti throws another Hail Mary, goes on to the Super Softs. And is able to get this win. I don't know. And he's in. Vesti comes in, finally gets rid of those wets. But I don't think it's instancies going on. Super Softs, that's just visual. And it's slow. But he goes on to the Super Softs. And with about 5 laps left, is it going to be enough? He comes out in 6th. So it's Leclerc next up. He might be able to catch up. But is it just too early for dries? I'm not too sure, but I think he had to. He would have been overtaken by Russell if he didn't come in. But it's Russell now with track position and the race lead. Verstappen not too far back, but he's got Bortoletto in between them. Tsunoda in 3rd, catching up to his teammate. And then Piastri and Leclerc. Piastri's actually gapped him a bit. And they're all starting to spread out a bit now. Vesti, is he catching up to Leclerc? He gets a little bit wide there. And let's see. That is a good line. And on his outlap, he's not doing too badly. But Russell leads. And Verstappen's in. So are they taking lead from Fred Vesti? Are they following the sheep? Let's see, Tsunoda in as well. Are they going on to dries? Ooh, almost an unsafe reset from Verstappen, who goes on to the softs. Piastri stays out as well. But the two rebels come in. Leclerc in. They're all on softs. Antonelli, where's Vesti in all of this? He's going to fly past Tsunoda at least, and Leclerc. But Verstappen, still, Antonelli and Verstappen. Antonelli, oh, he's on Inters though, wouldn't he? Antonelli's surely on Inters still. Yeah, he is. He hasn't pitted. I forgot about that. So Vesti will want to clear Antonelli as soon as possible. He'll be much quicker. And he's got Doohan as well, also on Inters. Has Vesti pitted at the perfect time? I don't think so, no, because Verstappen's actually jumped him. I think he pitted a lap too early. Did Fred Vesti. I think he pitted a little bit too early. And I think Russell now has this race in his hands. I think it's his to lose. And he comes in. Borfletto in as well. What will Piastri choose to do? He could throw a Hail Mary and try and hold on. As Russell will come in for softs. And Piastri stays out. Could Piastri try and win this race? Verstappen will get in front of Russell. Antonelli will get in front of Russell. Vesti on the faster tyres, on the grippier tyres. But is it going to work out? Tsunoda in again! Tsunoda's not... He hasn't got a front wing. Oh, we'll get a replay after the race of what happened. Verstappen has jumped Russell. And Verstappen, the championship leader, could win this race. Piastri still on Inters. He'll try and hold on these last 3 laps. Unless he decides it's just too much. Too much of a risk staying out. Antonelli in 4th. Still on Inters as well. And then Vesti on the super softs in 5th. Leclerc not too far behind. This with 2.5 laps to go is still anyone's race. It could be Piastri. It could be Verstappen. Tsunoda with that having to pit again with a broken front wing. That is huge for his championship challenge. And it is massive for his teammate. But Piastri just about holding on for now. But Verstappen will breeze past him on the exit of that. So surely Piastri now chooses to come in. And he still stays out. I think with 2 laps to go, there is no point pitting. No point pitting. George Russell in 3rd. Antonelli stays out as well. He'll be doing the same. Has Vesti gone off? I don't know, but the gap between him and Antonelli is grown hugely. And I think 5th is going to be what is best, unless Piastri and Antonelli do have to come in. But he should be catching Antonelli, you'd think. And oh, he's gone round! Vesti round! Oh no. Has he made contact with Doohan there? On the penultimate lap. And oh no, he's going onto the bank there trying to regain... Oh no. And I don't think the Bearman will catch up. But Vesti, it was going so well. And I think he would have done it. Russell has got past Piastri as well. And with 1 lap to go, is it Verstappen or is it George Russell? Surely Verstappen has the gap to win this race. Or will it be the Brit, the reigning world champion, number 1, George Russell? They're not too far back. As he crosses the line, he'll see the white flag. Verstappen leads. Lawson just comes out of the pits. The V-carb. The sister team, is he going to help out Verstappen or will he unlap himself? I think he'll unlap himself. Looks like that's what he will do. Russell, though, so close. Lawson gets in front. Russell all over the back of Verstappen now. And Russell will go and get the move done, I think. They'll be side by side. But Lawson has had a huge hindrance on the sister team. And Russell down inside through Piratella. He'll get the move done. They'll still be side by side, though. There's still a little bit of water kicked up there. A little bit of spray. It's 61 laps, isn't it? You idiot. And the red flag's out. The red flag is out. I've miscalculated it. The red flag is out. Because it's Vesti who's crashed. Vesti's had a huge crash. Through a Vatsa. What has happened? I can only apologise for miscalculating. It's 61 laps. Why did I think it was 62? Verstappen wins the Italian Grand Prix. I look like an absolute idiot. I've never done that before. In all my years of commentating on this series. But the red flag is out. And the red flag was out the whole time there. I am stupid. I am stupid. And I hope Vesti's okay. Hang on, I was going to rewatch Verstappen crossing the line there. So it was on the last lap he got spun by Doohan. Did I miss the checkered? Why did Lawson pit on the last lap then? That's what put me off, was Lawson coming out of the pits. Oh, no, it wasn't. I miscalculated only. I mean, you couldn't even see the checkered flag being waved there, in my defence. But yeah, anyway, I'm being told when Vesti crashed. Oh, I mean, we're about to see a replay now, I think. And it'll go back. Hang on, let's see. He goes wide. Oh, it's a huge crash. And it's the same place had a big off yesterday. And oh, the fire as well. That is not what you want to see. Thankfully that was put out by the time we saw it. And the red flag came out. That means about from the time the red flag comes out, so basically everyone else finished a lap early and a lap down, I think, apart from Verstappen and Russell. Verstappen wins the second race in a row. And I think surely he wins his championship now, unless something happened. I mean, it's never say never, of course. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens results-wise. It'll be definitely Vesti, I think, 5th. Okay, we've got a lot to work out here. Oh, I mean, he's already not got a front wing. So where did he lose that? Oh, it's a collision with Tsunoda on the entrance. And I think that front wing just gets caught under his car. It does, and he... Oh, I mean, the second impact is awful as well. Into the Armco is not what you want to see. And it looks like, then... Hang on. No, I think it would have been 6th for Tsunoda, sorry. Vesti. Because when did Leclerc cross the line? He'd already well crossed the line. So, then where's Vesti? Here. I think the red flag came out once he came to a stop. I'm trying to see. Yeah, the red flag came out at 4:33:57. This is when the red flag came out. So your top 5 is definitely... Oh, did Behrman cross the line? I don't think he did. No, the line's up here, I think. I don't think Behrman quite crossed the line. Hang on. He'd been very close to crossing it. No, I don't think he did cross it. Line one of these, no, he wouldn't have crossed it. By a few seconds, he misses out on a few points. Those are the rules. If red flag comes out and ends the race, the rest of it is on countback, which is good for Vesti, of course. That means he finished in 7th. No, 6th, sorry. But we got to go, then, to the results from the start. From Behrman, once he crosses the line, they basically crossed the line a lap early, is what happened. Do you have some more replays to look at, though? I want to see what happened between Doohan and Vesti. So, Behrman crosses the line now, in 7th place. Snowder, I'm assuming 8th. Yeah, Snowder 8th. Hadjar 9th. Gasly 10th. Those are your point scorers. Then it'll be Colapinto, Sainz, Drogovic in 13th. Ocon in 14th. Bless me. Sorry about that. Normally mute my mic. I'm kind of doing something. And then Bortoleto, I think, yeah, Bortoleto was a lap down and had already finished, so he's 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and then, yeah, your 3 DNFs, Norris, Maloney, and Pourchaire. To be fair, I don't think anything changed. I don't think any positions changed in the last lap, so that's fine. What happened to Vesti then? And Doohan through Tosa. Where is the Aussie? I'm gonna go on board. Let's see what happened. And then I want to see what happened to Snowder when he lost his front wing. And I've pressed too many buttons, I think. Whoops. What happened there? There's a bit of contact, and then I think that's on Doohan on the inters, just not being able to slow it down in time. And that's a huge shame for Vesti, and that's why he was so far back. Hang on, is Behrman still behind him by a long way? So when did Behrman get in front? Not just yet, I'll be down in a second. So Vesti went off again throughout Comunale. We completely missed that. What happened this time? On corner exit. Just lost it on traction. Spins it around. And then, no, that's not Snowder, that's Hadjar. Here he is. Vesti wants to hold on to it. Oh, and then, I mean, that's just a bit of stupidity from both of them, I think. And then Vesti with a huge accident, the front wing under the car. Oh man, that's horrible. Who is 10th? Would Gasly have seen that? No. Oh, did Colapinto get past Gasly on the last lap? He did. Okay, so there was a move on the last lap, so that won't count. Because the red flag came out. So, anyway, let's... Hang on, Snowder replay, and then we'll go through results. Because why did he lose his front wing then? What happened to him? Oh, it's Vesti again. He has a moment, loses the car, gets on the curb, and then there's nowhere either of them can go, to be fair. That's just more of a racing incident. Anyway, let's finally go through results then. I think this is all fine. I don't know. Okay, let's try my best then. Porsche, Maloney, Norris, none of them finishing. Lawson, Albon, hang on now, I've got to go to when Behrman crossed the line, I think, and do it from there. That'll be the easiest way to start the final lap. Because I don't think any moves happen in Ravazza in the last lap. So, here we go. So, your results then. Well, these are already finished anyway. So I think... No, I think Lawson... Oh, hang on. No, I'll do these lot. They're only the ones that finished the race. So, Ocon, Drugovich, Sainz, Colapinto, Gasly, Hadjar, Tsunoda, Behrman, Vesti, Leclerc, Antonelli, Russell. No, because Russell got past Piastri. Oh, this is confusing. Why are these rules so confusing? Okay, so I think 14th, the ones that were on the lead lap, to Behrman are fine, 7th to 14th, and then the rest of it. Just a quick look at results here. And then, to be fair, most of it's non-points anyways, don't really matter that much. And then, one that did actually finish the race, Lawson, Albon, Crawford, Doohan, Bortoletto. And then, it's Leclerc, Antonelli, Piastri, Vesti here, Leclerc, Antonelli, Piastri, Russell, and Verstappen, your leaders. Yeah, so, that is it for the Italian Grand Prix. Sorry it's such a messy end, but we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Next week here at Imola, they're back on the normal layout, and with the current layout, and it will be the ARC racing weekend, of course. And then the week after, the San Marino Grand Prix on the 1988 layout, a normal Grand Prix weekend, and it's qualifying at 3 PM UK time, 4 PM local time, and the Grand Prix lights out at 2 PM UK time, at 3 PM local time. So we'll see you for that one. Goodbye.